Hey guys, and welcome back to Prime Collectibles. I am Jason, and today we have another exciting statue review. Today we have the 1/3 scale Polystone statue of Harley Quinn by Prime One Studios. Before we get going, please remember to like and subscribe and comment on the video if you like it. It really helps my channel more than you can imagine. So appreciate that, and without further ado, let's get into it.
All right, so here's the first box. Just kind of the base in here, a couple little bits. Second box has some of the smaller pieces, the dynamite, the mallet, some of her hair. And then as you get into the second part of the second box, that's where you find kind of the bigger pieces, her portraits, her body, the Joker head. And here's how it all looks kind of displayed or laid out.
Okay guys, so first thing in the box of note is the assembly instructions. Pretty standard Prime One fare. They look pretty good. I'm gonna need them for this piece. There's a lot of bits to it. Some marketing materials as usual. Merciless, Drowned. Not statues that I'm gonna get, but they do look nice. And then this one came with a calendar. I have got calendars with Prime One pieces before, so this must be one of the newer, yeah, this is the 2022 calendar. Okay guys, so here's the base. As you can see, it's pretty big, so I'm not gonna be able to pick it up and show the camera, but let's look at it in detail. First of all, the first thing that stands out obviously is this huge skate ramp in red. The effect of it being sort of a tattered wood is absolutely awesome, and then it has the Harley Quinn sort of pattern on it. Really nice detail here. The entire base is far more detailed than a regular Prime One statue base. Usually they just sort of have this rock material or a stone material, this color, and then it goes straight up into the statue itself. But this is really nice. A different type of wood along the edge here, different variations of red and purple in the skate ramp, and then the rock is nicely done. There's more detail even in this rock than you normally see in a Prime One base. And then you get up into this base piece of the Joker sculpture, and you can see little details. She's drawn hearts in here, really cool detail. The Joker card, looking around to the back here. On the top, it looks like this. There's something that pops out here. Okay, so this is where the batteries go, just so you're aware. Batteries go here. There's a little piece that pops in and out, and the batteries obviously go to these lights, which you can sort of bring around and decorate the statue with as you see fit. They're colored lights. We'll try and get a shot of those later. And then as we come in, dynamite under the base, very, very nicely done. Really cool detail in here. I wonder what this story is. Is Joker looking to blow up Harley? Is Harley looking to blow up Joker? I don't know, but I really love the detail there. And then as we come into the back, we see more of this red wood woodwork. It looks really nice. The blue along the top of the skate ramp is similar in that it's wood, but again, it has a different sort of texture to it. I like the variations and textures. I think that's awesome. And then the back of the statue here with the sort of glove, and there's some really nice detailing and texture in the hand of Joker coming up. All right, guys, so now let's look at the other piece of the base here. And this is this big Joker head. What a cool looking element. Obviously the detail on the Joker face is great. As you can see, he's got the big red nose here. He's got some drawings, probably from Harley. Heart on his cheek, Harley Quinn plus Joker. Really, really cool stuff. Next, let's look at her big mallet here, and some beautiful wood detailing in this mallet. As you can see, there's the different types of wood. There's the stained wood, it looks like, and then kind of maybe more the regular wood here. And then we've got spray painted. It looks like there's like an overspray, like it's been spray painted here, of the diamonds. And then each side of the mallet has got sort of a target type pattern, red and black. And then along the handle of the mallet, it's really beautifully detailed here. The wood detailing, again, just really fantastically done. And then it really looks like this is sort of a leather, like a red leather that's been wrapped around the handle of the mallet. And then obviously we've got her hand here that will be holding it. Got a couple wood fencing pieces. Nothing too extraordinary, but nice detailing, absolutely. Look at all the different details in the sculpt of the wood and the different tones and textures in the wood. There are little divots and areas of varying color. Really, really nice. Now we look at the dynamite pieces, little add-ons that are going to go onto the base. Very, very cool. The wick is really neat. Almost looks like miniature piping. Now here we have two of Harley Quinn's ponytails. These look like they are the modern, no, these are the OG Harley Quinn style in the red and the green. You can see there's a real sheen to these. There's a real gloss on her hair in general. Very interested to see how it's all gonna look like, because it's definitely not realistic, but it might really make her pop. And then we've got the more modern ponytails here with sort of the I guess you would call it blonde hair, moving up to the pink and the blue. More like from the Suicide Squad movie, that style. Here's her arm. You can see the fun shoulder pad with the Harley Quinn diamond pattern. Nice detail in the armpit. The skin, like Prime 1 is known for, always really, really nicely done. And then her hand, nice detail in the hands and the gloves as well. Even the fingernails are painted well. Got her pistol, really beautiful detail, very highly glossed wood. That really looks realistic. I've handled a number of kind of this style of pistol. My grandpa was really into guns, and this looks like a little miniature revolver. Even the holster, look at the detail in the holster, how it folds over, and there's the really finely detailed. This is really nice. It's too bad that it's probably never really going to be noticed, but it's beautiful. Now let's get into the portraits. So first of all, we have the portrait that I'm pretty sure I'm going to show her with the most, show her with most often, and that's the kind of old school Harley face. She has the red and the green, fully colored hair. She has the choker with the bells. She has like a who's that rapper, Nelly, a Nelly style bandage on her cheek. That's kind of funny. And the expression on her face is just awesome. A lot of times you get these statues and the companies kind of have to adhere to a certain style when it comes to their intellectual properties that they're using. And because of that, the expressions on faces I find just aren't that good. They're a little bit lifeless. This is awesome. This is highly stylized, really cool expression. Here we have the second portrait, and as you can see, it's on this little pedestal, this little display case. Kind of fun. It says Harley Quinn at the bottom there. And this is the more modern style. Again, her hair is all blonde here because the ponytails start blonde and then move towards a color to it. There's even tones of gold in the hair, which is very interesting. Her face is a little bit more, just more of a classic grin, not quite as expressionful as the other portrait, but still really nice. And now let's get into her body. I'm not sure if this is all in camera. It's a pretty big piece, but wow. The skin is phenomenal. Really nice detail in the suspenders here and in her outfit colors. There's subtle little changes in the color in the leather to make it look lifelike. Little divots and bumps. She's got the bullets on the belt. That's very cool, the pistol bullets. And some pouches, some superhero pouches. Gotta have the pouches. I can't get over the subtle little details in the skin of these Prime 1 pieces. The little inconsistencies that make it look like real skin. Very cool. And then we get down into her legs. She almost has this sort of like 90s style sock, big kind of puffy sock over top of the leather leggings that she has, and then she has the knee pads. I didn't notice this before, but she has little pom-poms on her shoes. That's fun. And it looks like there's tape wrapping, or like some sort of leather band wrapping her skates on. She has another little bandage on her leg. All these little details just make these statues so interesting. Again, the other shoe, kind of matching with the red though. Here she is from behind. I love the pose that she has with her hip out and all the weight on her one leg. I'm really looking forward to seeing this all together and seeing how she looks all assembled. With that said, let's put it all together and let's see how she looks assembled. Okay guys, so here she is, out of box and assembled. And I have to say this, I have a real love-hate relationship with Prime One. Their customer service sucks. I think it's getting a bit better, but generally speaking, it sucks, okay? Their quality assurance is not good. I've had so many Prime One pieces come in and things are just not the way they're supposed to be. I contact support and they're like, it's your problem. It's a nightmare. But when they do something right, man, they do something right. And that's what this is. Like, it's just perfect. When I ordered this is one of the earlier statues that I ordered, and I've been anticipating it coming in for a long time, and I've had other Prime One pieces come, and some are fantastic and some suck, but this is exactly what I was expecting out of the statue. Man, it's good. Everything. They just, Prime One has a certain quality to their statues, just like XM does, just like Sideshow does, that when they're on their game, there's just something about them. I'll do a separate review, or I'll do a separate video, I think, sometime about how I feel about each statue company, but when Prime One does it right, they are the best in my opinion, and this is such a good example of that. Man, the skin is fantastic. The portrait is perfect. Both portraits are perfect, really, but this one especially. The leather detailing is done well. They have such a good, Prime One is especially good at doing smoothness when you need to, but then getting really detailed and intricate where it makes sense. Some companies, I won't mention names, are too detailed in every piece of it, overly textured, and it doesn't look good. And then you've got other companies that you can tell they're just mass produced. They're putting it out there and there's not enough detail. Prime One straddles that so well, and it's seen here. You know, I'm not going to get into too much because I went into it when we were looking at the individual pieces, but the wood is just, it really looks like real wood. The skin is so fantastically done. It's smooth, but just, you know, the paint treatment is so good. All the little details, the skates look grimy, the wheels look like little miniature skates. Like, it's just, I mentioned the gun sheath or the gun holster and the gun handle. Everything here looks awesome. Something I like about her specifically, a lot of statues that you get, the women's bodies are very similar. You know, if they're skinny, they're skinny. If they're a little bit thicker like she is, then they're gonna have really big boobs. I think that she looks like a real character, maybe exaggerated in some ways, but you know, she's got a little bit wider hips, a little bit thicker in the waist. Her boobs aren't enormous for her size. They're you know, kind of normal sized if there's a normal. And she just looks like she could be a real character. Now, for Harley Quinn, because she started out in the cartoon, right? That's where she kind of got her start in Batman, and then she started being introduced into the lore. To me, there's no definitive lifelike version of Harley Quinn. Margot Robbie did a really good job of her, but she's definitely not the definitive Harley Quinn to me. I think she did a good job, but I think this could be the Harley Quinn that I imagine when I think of a female or of a real life Harley Quinn. She's a little bit thicker. She kind of has that cute look, but she's also sexy, and she's also looks like she's a little bit crazy. Her face kind of has she has a little bit of a baby face, round features, and has that little smirk, a little glint in her eyes. This is just so well done. I can't say enough good things about the statue. I always try and look at it objectively and think, is there anything that I think that could be improved? I think for some people, the base is probably too big. I think that you probably could have done this statue without such a large base. And generally speaking, I'm not a big fan away from her. I think that they threw a bigger base in with that big chunk of red in the skate ramp to balance things out, and I think it works really well. Again, could you have done without the big base? Yeah, sure. But I think that in this case, the big base adds to the overall look of the statue. So all in all, I am absolutely floored by this piece. It was so big thumbs up from me. Okay, so that said, I'm gonna give this thing a rating. It's gotta be a 9.5 for me. I hesitate to give 10s. I'm not gonna give those out often, but this is a 9.5. It is awesome, fantastic. I personally couldn't have asked for anything else. Like I said, is the base a bit too big? Maybe for some, not for me, but it's at least a 9.5 for me, so that's what we'll give it. Now, that said, guys, I'm gonna wrap up this review, but stay tuned for more videos coming. I have some smaller pieces that I'm gonna review. I have a Mikasa from Attack on Titan, a little 1/7 scale, that I'm gonna review, Kotobukiya. I have some Ninja Turtle stuff. I have some new Transformers Masterpiece pieces coming in that I'm going to compare to the ones that they're replacing. So lots of good stuff coming. You guys have actually let me know what you want to see, and a lot of you have asked for some of these smaller collectibles that I collect to do reviews on them. So that's really exciting because I love getting these in, but I just didn't know if you were all wanting to see that stuff, but it sounds like you are, so I'm gonna do reviews of them. So with that said, guys, please do like and subscribe to the channel. It really helps my channel, and I really appreciate every one of you viewing. So until next time, guys, later.